You get an extra version of Pete Prisco's playoff rankings. We are back at it. And what do we got? The top 8 right now, because we're dwindling down on the season. And we're going to start with that #1 spot, and it is the Chiefs. In the preseason, you said the Chiefs will start in my top spot, but they won't finish there.
Who did he have finishing in the top spot?
That's bad. Let's not remind me.
The Packers.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Hey, they got hurt. A bunch of guys got hurt. You can't win when your guys are hurt. Ask the 49ers.
Yeah, so the Chiefs going for the three-peat there. Your thoughts?
And I think if they go for the three-peat and get the three-peat, Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT.
Already?
Wow.
Yes.
The GOAT?
The GOAT. Tom Brady.
Uncharted territory right there.
Right. I mean, nobody's ever done that and in the Super Bowl era. And so I think if they win it and he becomes the guy that leads them there, then he is the GOAT. I know Tom Brady fans don't want to hear that, but that's the reality.
And let's be honest, there were some years in that Tom Brady stretch with the Patriots that he wasn't what Patrick Mahomes is to the Chiefs for that Patriots team. Their roster was great. They had experience. They had some kicks go their way. Tom was really good in some of those years early on, but Patrick has been better than great in every single one of these stops.
And plus, look how young he is. I mean, this isn't the end either. If he does win the third one, he's not. Yeah, absolutely. And he probably could have won, what, one more at least. I mean, that's when you think about it. So I definitely think this would make him the GOAT.
Well, another win would put them in position to host their 7th straight AFC Championship game. Just crazy. The Chiefs, the top seed, and getting ready to play in the postseason for the first time this weekend against the Texans. At number 3, you have the 1 seed in the NFC. So you actually have a couple of AFC teams, 1-2, Chiefs, Bills. We'll get to Buffalo in just a second. But let's go to Detroit down at 3 as they get set to host a playoff game.
And again, this is a really dynamic offense. They can score on anybody, and they will score on anybody. I'm just a little concerned about their defense going into the postseason. That's the one worry I had. Now, they had a good performance against Sam Darnold, but we saw what the Rams did to Sam Darnold last night, so maybe that wasn't as impressive as we think it was. So I am concerned about their defense. Offensively, they will score a ton of points. You're going to have to score a bunch to beat them, and that's going to be the hard part.
Are you buying them as the Super Bowl favorite because their road is easier, hypothetically, in the NFC?
You're at home. I mean, in that place, and we talked about it this morning, that place is electric, and these fans are going to be electric.
It's an insane asylum,
yes.
Detroit. Even when their team is bad, and now they have one of the best teams in football, this place is going to be crazy, especially with that rookie quarterback.
Could you imagine if they had Hutchinson and McNeil and that group in there? I mean,
take all my money. Take all my money.
Of course.
Look, there was a time when defenses won championships, but you said it. It's Ben Johnson and the offense. That's the scariest thing about this Detroit Lions team, and they can't be stopped. You can't punt once and expect to beat this team.
We're going to go to your power rankings again, that list. So we talked about how you kind of skipped over the Lions being at number 3. Well, you look at number 2, and that's where the Bills stand right now, playing number 4 on the list, the Ravens. So top 5. Top 5.
Wow, you got the Ravens at 5, Pete.
Wow.
Jeez, what the heck?
Explain yourself.
They also have 5 losses.
The Ravens are favored in Buffalo this week.
Yeah, they also have 5 losses.
Are you just ranking teams based on losses? No, because the Bills have 4, and they're ahead of the Lions.
Yeah, well, the Bills beat the Lions, and the 4th loss came when they didn't play anybody.
Did the Ravens not beat the Bills by 25?
A long, long time ago, Chris. That was a long time ago. I think this Buffalo team, and by the way, that Bills team did not have Matt Milano. That Bills team did not have Bernard, the other linebacker, so their starting linebackers were out. And Taron Johnson, the nickel corner, wasn't in that game. Big difference for this defense this time around. I think Josh Allen's on a mission. I really do, and I think you saw a little bit of that last week. You fall behind 7-0. At times in his career, this Bills team might have not rallied from that, not responded the way they did. Boom. Next thing you know, 31 straight unanswered points. That's who this Bills team is.
And some of these teams, they give up a lot of points defensively, but it all comes down to opportunistic plays. Can you make the turnover in the big spot? And the 4th down conversion, are you able to swell up as a defensive line? Can you make the stop on 3rd down? You don't have to do it every time. Defenses used to win championships. Offenses are winning Super Bowls now, and I think that's the key thing to look for. Can you get a turnover while scoring 45 points offensively?
The biggest difference in Josh Allen now is he knows he doesn't have to win the game on every play. That's the biggest change in Josh Allen. In the past, he thought he had to win the game on every play. Now you just can't lose the game. And I think the way he plays right now really is more conducive to making a playoff run, which is why I think I have them ranked where they are.
More pressure on Allen or Lamar?
Both.
Oh,
equal?
Both. Absolutely.
Can't pick one.
No, because look, Lamar came into the season before last week, major concerns about him in the postseason, and Josh Allen hasn't been able to get to the Super Bowl. So both of them had great seasons. The one who doesn't win this game, he's going to be labeled a big disappointment this year.
Bigger disappointment, I would say, would be Lamar Jackson. Now that I really think about it here, because of the fact that that roster is Super Bowl ready. I didn't even have the Bills in my top 5 Super Bowl contenders to start the season. Now they're one of the top teams in the league. That's because of Josh Allen. I feel like if you switch rosters, we'd have a different conversation.
So you think there's more pressure on Lamar Jackson?
There's more pressure on Lamar Jackson to go win a Super Bowl this year.
All right, let's move down to the number 6 team in Pete Prisco's playoff divisional round power rankings here. And it's the LA Rams, who started the season ranked 15th. That's the lowest you had anybody that's still alive.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to give a lot of credit to Les Snead, the general manager. He's done a great job. Look how young that defense is. Second youngest defense in the league, and they got after the Vikings on Monday night. I mean, they were all over Sam Darnold. The pass rush was outstanding. They're physical. I still don't think they're quite good enough on defense yet. And on the other side of the ball, we saw what Sean McVay can do in that game. He schemed it right from the start. He got guys open. But they don't scare you down the field. There's not a lot of speed down the field, and at some point you got to be able to stretch this field vertically. So I'm a little concerned about those two aspects, but Sean McVay's such a great coach. He'll have this team, and you have a veteran quarterback, he'll have this team ready to play the Eagles this week.
Kobe Turner, Jared Verse, the rest of that front 7, they were maniacs against that Minnesota Vikings team, and everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Vikings, and I think it bodes well for them moving forward. Also, the guy on the screen, Matt Stafford, salty, experienced, brilliant arm talent, paired with Sean McVay, they can beat anybody. But to your point, they're not in the top of this list.
Has more passing yards per game in the playoffs than anybody else.
Ever.
I mean, that's impressive.
That Rams-Eagles game at 3 p.m. on Sunday, and a tough path when it comes to our next team, and that's at number 8, the Texans. Got to go through the Chiefs. That's not a position you want to be in. The worst-ranked team that are still in it. Started the season ranked 8th, though. So
yeah,
start there,
they've been a disappointment in a lot of ways, and won a bad division. The division was supposed to be better, and it was awful, and they found a way to win it. But they didn't win a lot of games against good teams. And in fact, they lost to the Chiefs, what, 3 or 4 weeks ago that was? They lost Tank Dell in that game. They were actually in that game for a while. But I think this is a different Chiefs team. You get Hollywood Brown back to go with Worthy. You change the way you play on offense. Tooney's playing much better at left tackle now. So I think this is going to be a real problem for the Texans in this spot to kind of keep up with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to get it cooking in this game.
Bobby Slowick, C.J. Stroud, and this offense better have a dynamite plan for the first 15, because if you don't start fast against this Chiefs team who has had a month's rest, they will catch up to you. Either way, you know Mahomes is coming, so get as much of a lead as you can early. Start the game fast.
By the way, I was wrong about the worst team being the Rams in your preseason rankings. It was the Commanders at 26.
Yeah. Lest we forget, Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, that guy's been amazing, and he doesn't play like a rookie. He makes it look easy, and that's the highest praise you can give a quarterback. There's an ease about him in the way he plays a position.
And they are 7th in Pete Prisco's power rankings here as we go into the divisional weekend. Pushing the pile today.
Để bắt đầu vào làm thì đây mình đã chuẩn bị những nguyên liệu và dụng cụ như sau. Về dụng cụ